Alright folks, well it's Alan Rubel coming back at you for Ozark Mountain Outdoor Adventures. Coming at you today with another self-defense survival series video. We have just had a really wet spring here in southwest Missouri. It has probably rained for the last 3 weeks. There's only been just a few days in that time period that we haven't received some rain. We've had tornadoes, we've had spring turkey season, which kind of had some difficulties due to the weather, but anyway, I thought no better time than the present to bring you this video, so stay tuned with us. Alright folks, well thanks again for tuning in. If you haven't already, please hit like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We have fun-filled adventures coming at you pretty often, and we have a great time. We want you to be there with us, so please, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. So coming at you here, we got, so with this rain, I had an idea to do this video, and here a while back I was, I'm a gear guy through and through, and I research different bags. I think every bag, there's a different bag for every situation. I don't think that there's that one bag that covers all the situations, and I do a lot of research, and I was looking at some of the LA police gear bags. I really like that brand, and I came across this title that kind of threw me off. It had EDC, Bugout, Go Bag, several different things within the title, and I know that we're on YouTube and we want to reach a broader audience, so we do put those descriptions in the titles to key in on those. But I've been concealing carrying since 2015, and really the EDC or everyday carry was kind of brought to me my attention in 2015, and I've learned a lot in this time frame, but there might be some people out there that are new to EDC or everyday carry or conceal and carry, and I think some of the terminology that you find on YouTube with different bags and whatnot can really be a little bit deceiving. So anyway, what I want to do is just kind of break down some of the different terminologies for everyday carry, bug out, get home bag, and those kind of things. I mean, they're really different. I mean, and I think we lump a lot of those into the same category, and it could be confusing for someone that was new to that kind of concept. So anyway, let's break it down real quick. All right, well, I do just want to take another moment to say, hey, these are my opinion and of the interpretation of these different terms, and the meanings could be different for me than what they might mean to you. And on this video that I had watched, it was a great video, but I think that his terminology must have been different than what I thought the terminology meant, because ultimately, within his title and his description, he mentioned several different bags, and he did a loadout and showed us all the things in his bag. And of course, some of those videos, it was about a 45-minute video. I watched the whole thing, but really, he was saying it was his bug out bag, and my interpretation of the video was basically he was every day carrying a get home bag, is what it sounded like to me. The way he talked was he put it in his trunk in case him and his wife broke down. They were able to get home to to one place, but he was calling it his Bugout bag, and it really got me thinking about the need for this kind of video to break down these different terminologies that we use to talk about these videos. So anyway, on everyday carry, you can watch a video and you can really see these loadouts, these guys that will have a huge bag for their everyday carry. And I understand that the distances you travel in a day, maybe commute to work or in the area that you live, if you're in the Rocky Mountains or whatnot, the distance to work can affect the things that you carry. And again, this is my opinion of this, but the everyday carry, in my opinion, are items that you use on a daily basis. And they have these bags full of things that they definitely don't use all of those items on a daily basis. And I know that having those items with you on a daily basis is different, but in my opinion, an everyday carry is things that you use on a daily basis. Here's my everyday carry. Sunglasses. Glock 27. Wallet. Usually a knife of some kind. I usually have a flashlight in my vehicle and a spare magazine, but that's my everyday carry. That's it. I use these items on an everyday. You know, even something to this effect. I have this currently set up for fishing, and I would probably, next time I go fishing, I would change the tackle that I have in the little box that's in there. But I might go up to something like this as an everyday. Now, the everyday or 24-hour bag or day pack, 24 hours is really the hardest of these terms to go through. So what are you doing that day? But really, on an everyday basis, I mean, items are very, you know, used on an everyday. Sorry, folks, putting this stuff back in my pocket. So you might carry something like this every day. You might have, you know, a couple more mags. You might have a bottle of water in here. You might have, you know, a couple snacks on a daily basis. But a day pack or a 24-hour bag, if you're traveling, you know, over 50 miles to work, and you got, if there isn't a zombie apocalypse, that is my favorite in-day scenario. Because you know that there's only 100 zombie movies, which is my favorite kind of movies. Anyway, if there's a zombie apocalypse and you're 50 miles from home, you know, you're going to need a little bit more than just this. So you might be looking at a day pack style of pack. Something like this for a day pack. Whether you be hiking, whether you be, you know, just going for your commute to work, whatever, you might be looking for something, you know, in this size range. Here was my day pack for many years. This is the National Guard. It's a bit larger than this. It's about the 40-liter range. I think this one's 24 range, and I hunted with this and just kind of use this as my do-it-all kind of bag. But you might I've even moved on to something like this. This is the Field Line Pro Prey Pack. It's what I currently hunted last year. Any of these three is a great day pack. I mean, just whatever fits your preference. But really, I mean, if I'm not going in the woods, I don't go anything near this tactical, just to be carrying around. Here is my everyday bag is right here. And I literally purchased this for one reason, and that is to blend in at the airport. For my job, I do some traveling, and literally you can see 50 different people at the airport carrying this. I probably would not carry this at the airport. No way at all. Of course, you know, always carrying my firearm, usually carrying some extra backup mags, and you can't do that at the airport. But also, you know, laptop, something. I don't carry this every day. I did for quite some time, but if I don't use my laptop every day, I really don't need to carry this every day. I only live about 10 miles from work, but for an everyday bag, this is something more of the lines of what I will carry over a tactical style bag. But really, the everyday carry or day pack, the 24-hour time period, something to sustain you for 24 hours can be considered an everyday carry, a 24-hour bag, or a day pack. And generally speaking, for every day, whether you're carrying it every day, I mean, those items I think are the items you use every day. So unless you're using those items every day, I think in the terminology is a day pack or 24-hour bag. If it's items in there that you don't use every day, those wet paper, towelettes and chapsticks and bandanas and stuff, it's great to have, but every day is every day. I mean, you're carrying it every day, but are you using it every day? Anyway, let's go to the next step. All right, here where we kind of get into my favorite topic, because it really does fall into a little bit more of a survival, in my personal opinion. Again, you could be traveling over 50 miles. That's a 100-mile round trip to get home. If you're doing commuting and these type of 24-hour packs, or a day pack might be more in your line. But again, I don't live far from work. I can come home for lunch. I don't need to carry food and water, really. I mean, if something went down and I had to run home on foot, it would be, of course, a struggle. But really, I mean, I don't have far to go from home. So anyway, this is my LA Police Gear 72-hour bag. So I think this is a little bit more of a 3-day pack, or a get-home bag, or a go bag. Really what it means is sustain you for 72 hours or 3 days, or get you from point A to point B, whether that be from home to safe place, or from disaster to home, point A to point B, go bag, or 72-hour bag, 3-day pack, or in my opinion, this is not a bug-out bag. This is a go bag, and you can, if you wanted to, you could equip this for a bug-out bag, but I don't think it's near as big enough. This is 55 liters. I love this bag. I just finished out turkey season with it. Carried it, all archery season. Took it to Wyoming. This is an awesome bag. It's due for a follow-up review. I'm sorry that I haven't brought this, but this is my my ode to joy. My bag. It replaced the National Guard bag, and I've never looked back. This is the bomb of my bags right here. It's the best bag I've ever owned. But it's heavy. I mean, I don't really even have anything in it, and it's pretty heavy. But I can get basically anything that I need to in the size of trips that I go on. Usually I am back in one day, and I still carry this size of bag just for film equipment. And like I said, I'm a gear guy. It feels heavy in the hand, but once you get it on your back, it's really very light and comfortable. So I go with this size of bag. My buddies, my team members, they think I'm nuts, and they're probably right. But anyway, this would be my go bag, or get home bag, or my 72-hour bag, my 3-day pack. This is it right here. Point A to B. From disaster to home, from home to safe place, point A to B, the go bag right here. All right, and in this next one, I think this is where you find people will get into the most confusion, or where the lines begin to blur, where the terminology and the definitions cross over, and those types of things. That is the bug out bag. And so I've really started to research that topic and get into not only what other survivalists, what other preppers, what other outdoor enthusiasts are using in their bug out bag, but really what some of the backpackers and through packers use for extended periods of times to survive and sustain themselves in the woods and camping and just primitive style living for such long times. And I don't know if this will change, but this is where I've started with This would be my Bugout bag, or inch bag, never coming home bag. This isn't point A to point B. This is where you leave your home, your safety, to you do not have a destination. You do not know where you're going. You do not know when you're coming back, ever, maybe never. This becomes your home. This is your home. You basically become a refugee. Now this is extremely heavy. I have not loaded this out yet. I've not taken it on a hike. It's still a relatively new pack for me. I love military style bags. This is, you know, the military's, I guess not what they're currently running, but you know, with the Salt pack, I think it's in the 110 liters, and you can carry about 120 pounds. I don't think I'll ever carry 120 pounds with it, but it's definitely the size range of being able to put enough shelters and sleep, you know, systems in here to be able, and food and water purifications and those kind of things. I mean, that's what you're looking for. This isn't my car broke down and we need to walk to the next gas station or wait to be picked up, or, you know, AAA's coming. You know, this is, man, it has hit the fan, and we don't know when we're coming home, if ever we're coming home, and we're going to be living out of this bag for hopefully the remainder, you know, not the remainder of our lives, but it could be that way. So that would be an inch bag, never coming home, or your Bugout bag. And I think it gets confused with the go bag, or the go bag, or the get home bag. Point A to point B, 72-hour period. It may be longer than that, but there is only a period of time that you have to survive. This is an indefinite period of time. You don't know how long. Plan for 4 seasons. You know, you just don't know. It's year long. At least 4 seasons is what I would think. So anyway, hey, we could talk about this kind of stuff all day. It's super interesting to me. I hope that this hasn't offended anyone, but I really wanted to put those lines out there, and my opinion may differ from your opinion. It probably does. That's what's great about being able to reach so many people. Hey, get down in the comments. Tell me what your opinion is, where you think I might be incorrect, or where you agree with me on those kind of things. But it's okay to blur lines. I think in that 24-hour period is where you have that most crossover and where it's most accepted, because it's, again, everyone's lives are different, everyone's situation and scenarios are different, everyone's needs are different. But really, once you get beyond that 24-hour period, I think that those lines need to become more defined, and our terminology needs to be more across the board on everybody's front. So when you start doing researching on these different kinds of packs online, you get them called by a whole bunch of different names. I thought it was worthy of a video, so I hope you like it. Anyway, if you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button, but we'll be coming at you again here real soon. Stay tuned with this.